Morning, y'all. So it's the next day, obviously. Take this off my head. It's a little chillier today than it was yesterday. Yesterday it was like in the 80s, and today I think it's only going to be like low 70s. I don't know what the temperature is right now, but I'm headed out for another planting marathon day. So I had said that I would update you at the end of the day yesterday, but I was dead tired. I mean, I started planting at like 8:30, 9 o'clock and did not stop until I think it was like 5:36. And then I crashed. But I'm going to plant all the things today. So let me show you what I did get done yesterday. Oh, I did want to show you. I bought some 24-inch garden stakes that are here in my arm. Pack of 30. And so what I thought I would do here, these are going to be meant for my tomato towers. It's supposed to rain today, but not till like 5 or 6. So I really want to get like, first of all, I want to get my life organized because I just got stuff strung out everywhere. You see, there's containers here. There's containers up on the deck. There's like plants. I mean, it's somewhat organized. Oh, that's not good. That fell over onto some plants there. Okay, but first things first. So I, over the years, have learned how I am. And I'll come out to the garden and see something that needs done. But if there's like something that I need to do that's inside or someplace other than where the thing needs done, then I'll just be like, I'll get to that later. Like staking up plants in a green stalk. So I know what's going to happen. I'm going to come out here one day and there's going to be plants flopped over, ready to break off at the stem. And I'm going to be like, I need to stake those. But if the stakes aren't here, it ain't getting done. So I have an empty hole here somewhere in my strawberry. Yeah, so right here. I have an empty hole. And I'm just going to shove these down into that hole. They'll be there, waiting for me, ready for when I need to stake. And I also have a roll of tie tape. I'm going to leave that here too. All right, there you go. Now there's no excuse. All right, so before I show you what I did yesterday, this is what I plan to tackle today. There's just so many things. So this swath of jugs here are all the ones that I restarted some seeds of the winter sowing jugs that didn't do well, right? Try to stay with me here. Sometimes I feel like I don't make any sense. And I just brought them out yesterday to start acclimating them. So in this area, like where my house is, it doesn't start getting sun for quite a while. So I didn't bother to like cover them with shade cloth or anything. And they were just very small, so I think they look fine. So they were out in the sun all day. Whatever the sun hit them all day. But my plan is to try to plant I've got pumpkins, I've got squash. I just want to try to get as many things that germinated. There's a lot of stuff that didn't germinate. It's a real bummer. And I don't know that I'm going to get any germination. Like, I'm going to leave, like, I'm going to organize stuff. I'm going to plant everything that did germinate, and then I'm just going to leave the stuff that didn't germinate to sit for a little while longer. I would have thought they would have germinated by now, but my biggest one that I'm like super bummed about is, where's it at? My IoT squash. Yes. None of these germinated. So I'm like trying to find the seeds to see if they've started at all to germinate. But I got diddly squat. Oh, I was so excited for my IoT. I'll just have to try to get some more seeds next year. Or maybe I will buy some if Baker Creek still has them. I don't know, but like a lot of my trays did not. Like Cinderella pumpkin. I got nothing there. Oh, it looks like it tried to germinate, but whatever. Like I said, probably leave this stuff sit out here for a while, but you know, there are some stuff that looks really good and it just needs to be planted. Like this whole tray here, this was all of my, I don't know if that's a nasturtium. That kind of looks like a, not a nasturtium, but yeah, I didn't get any germination on my ice cream sundae nasturtium, milkmaid nasturtium. I know they like heat. This is a dang tomato plant. That is not a gourd. But my tobacco canteen, none of my gourds germinated. This was all like gourds. This swath right here, I think. But yeah, I'm going to get this all organized. But let me show you. And I'm going to plant my fig tree and my rosemary. I'm going to start planting some of my... But, okay, let me show you this real quick because I got to get going. So, I got it. This is what's left over of my hot peppers. So, not very many. I got through all my hot peppers. So, I did get all of the drawers planted. See how they're all doing. I did plant some marigolds. 2, 3 marigolds. And then I planted some, what is that? Gosh. It's another flower. I can't remember the name. I planted some... I'm not going to do a garden tour. I'll do the garden tour later, but look, they're all planted and everybody transplanted well. Nobody got shocked. They all look really good. A couple of them looked a little wilty yesterday, and I was just like, seriously already? Like this one right here, it still looks a little bit... Well, I think that's just the leaves. It's not wilty. Gloria's treat. Yeah, it just kind of looks... It's the way the rugose leaves are. It looks a little odd, but it's fine. Okay, so I got that all done. Did not mulch. I do want to mulch. Probably not going to mulch today because I really want to get as much stuff in the ground since it's going to rain. It's actually supposed to rain starting like at 5 tonight, and then I think it's supposed to rain most of the day tomorrow, so I don't even know if I'll be able to plant anything tomorrow. I really wanted to get like the planting done, and then that way next weekend I can do mulching and all that stuff. Okay, so... And then I got this row. So I decided, so this is my Brassica row, the ones that I planted in the fall that have gone to seed, and then all the ones that I winter sowed right here, they haven't went to seed. I hope I get something. I'm thinking I'm going to put up a shade cloth because I just feel like this area gets so warm. Once they get so big, they go to seed. So I think I'm going to put a shade cloth over this bed to see if maybe that helps me to be able to get some actual brassicas. I fail every year. But I'm going to leave these to go to seed. And then I just planted all these up. So everybody looks happy here too. And they're going to get a nice watering today. And I did a few right here. I have one of you that recommended this, and I don't think I've showed that I'm growing it. So I have one little baby one here, and then I have a nicely sized one over at Materville. So I'm going to be taste testing me some Rumpelstiltskin dwarf this year. So that's fun. I planted some. So someone had also asked me, I think in a comment. First of all, I just want to say, if you leave me a comment, thank you. I do appreciate every single one of them, and I do read all of them. Maybe not right away, and sometimes I do read them right away, but like I'm at work and I pick up my phone, I see a comment, I read it, and I don't have any time to actually like comment back or anything like that. All that stuff takes time to do, and I wish I had more time to do it, and I try to do it when I have the time, and so I apologize if I don't answer you back. If you like ask me a question, I want to answer it. Know that I do, and I may get to it. It might not be in a timely manner, but thank you so much for your comments. But someone had asked if winter sowing in those jugs, carrots, you can transplant them. So this is my winter sown carrot. I don't even know what I did with the tag with these carrots, but this is a Carudo carrot. Where is the tag? I must have buried it. It might be under here. Carudo carrots, but as you can see, they're happy as can be. This might not have been the best place to put them. because as I was planting them, you can see there's a few rocks. Well, this is a piece of wood, but there were some rocks in here, and they might be weird looking, but I just wanted to get them planted. And then I planted a couple of zucchinis. I've got golden zucchini here, and then a round zucchini here. So I put these are from the Dollar Tree, these little baskets, because usually right after planting my squash or sometimes something gets in there and pulls them out. Chipmunk, squirrels, I don't know. They just pull them out by the roots when the roots aren't established. So then they're just laying there exposed. So I put these little baskets on them, and it seems to protect them. I also planted some kale right there, but that got done. And then let me walk you over here. So I ran out of buckets that were down there. And I was thinking to myself, what if, because I've never done it before, I planted some peppers with my tomatoes, because usually the tomatoes are far and away faster growers than peppers, especially hot peppers. If you don't know, hot peppers grow very slowly. It was actually like not till, gosh, I can't remember, end of July, beginning of August, till it seemed like my hot peppers got going pretty well. So by that time, my tomato plants will be like 4 feet tall, way ahead of the peppers. So I had a few varieties, and I was just like, what if I put them in a row right here in front of my tomato plants, just to experiment to see if they do okay? Because I have several rows where, like, I like these 3 rows to put something in front. Flowers, herbs, whatever I try to grow, or maybe like something that was winter sown, carrots, something like that. So if this works out, I could do that with these 3 rows, is put some peppers. So we shall see. But yeah, I planted some peppers along the front of this. Beans are starting to pop up in certain places that I was just like thinking to myself, did I plant beans? They're finally coming up. Okay, so I did planted 1 pepper, because I am going to try to straw bale garden again. So these are the straw bales from last year, and there's a few there. And I'm just going to pile some dirt and then try to grow as they decompose. This is the newer one here. And I have a newer one up there that I got to bring down. But you can see it's prepped, it's ready. The mushrooms are growing. The mushrooms are growing in the one up there too. So they're ready to be planted in when you start to see mushrooms growing. This pot I didn't plant. I don't know what I'm going to plant here. It's going to be something. I still have some pots I can fill. This tree is dead. It died last year. So I'm going to remove it, and that's where the other hay bale is going to go, I think. But I got 1 pepper in here. Oh, no, I didn't put a pepper. That's a ground cherry. I thought I put a pepper there. That's a ground cherry. Whoops. I put a pepper in this bag. So I have these bags for my chicken feed that I get, but I don't think... Yeah, they're falling apart from sun damage. I don't think... I was going to see if I could use these, but I think I'm going to trash this after this year, because it is just... The sun has just broken it down and it's falling apart, and I don't want all that plastic muck in my garden. So, but there's a pepper in there. That's my one and only Leviathan Gnarly Scorpion Caramel. So, I only had 1. So I thought I'll put him in that precious little bag there. But yeah, these are the 2 pots where I put beans in, and it's just like maybe the soil's not warm enough because it's kind of over here shaded, but I did get 1 bean to pop up. And I put, these are little slices of potatoes because I have a bunch of pill bugs, and I was thinking they could eat the potatoes instead of my beans, because as you can see, there's a little bit of damage already of something munching on them. I don't really see any pill bugs. Oh, yep, there's one. So we shall see. But I planted my onions, my scallions, in a few grow pots here. And there's some leftovers that I'm like, what can I do with those? But yeah, all my peppers got planted. Like I said, I'll do a tour. But everybody was planted. There's some eggplants. Here's all my mess that I got to take up. Planted. Everybody's planted. And they are ready for a nice soaking rain. And my potatoes down here are doing good. I feel like I need to fertilize them and probably add some more soil, but okay, let's get to the marathon planting that is going to be today. Yeah. Okay. Just love looking at my tomato plants. I just love them. Okay, so here's something I want to talk to you guys about. So I just have this pot here on my deck. Last year it got neglected. I think I planted lemon balm in it one year, or lemon balm popped up in it. I don't remember, but lemon balm is really good at keeping away mosquitoes and just gnats, bugs, things like that, because it's very fragrant. So I just cleaned out all the mess that was in it, and I thought I was going to, try to plant some eggplants in it too, because I was just like, I have such an issue with eggplants because I don't see them, but I'm always coming up and down these steps, so I would see these eggplants to monitor them. And this is a special variety called Listado de Gandia. And I looked it up on the internet because I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to get all these lemon balm. These are all little baby lemon balm starts all through it. And I did pull some of them. I mean, you can see there's a bunch in here when I was just like cleaning up the mess that was on the top. But I looked it up on the internet. Can I plant lemon balm with eggplants? And the answer that came up, so it's AI that's telling me, no, you can't plant lemon balm in a pot with eggplants. And the reasoning for it is that lemon balm, it wasn't that it was like, would overpower the eggplants, because that's what I'm worried about, that the lemon balm can overpower them. But if I keep an eye on it, I can come in and just keep like making sure the lemon balm doesn't get too tall. You can just rip the tops or cut the tops off lemon balm and it'll be fine. But I really want to try the eggplants in here. And it was just saying that pot lemon balm can thrive better in poor soils, in the ground, not in pots. So I have seen lemon balm thrive in a pot. So don't tell me it can't thrive in a pot, because it needs more space. I mean, this is a pretty large pot. So I'm just going to try it and see. Sometimes that's what I do, is I will just do things to see if I can. Even when I'm being told don't do it. So this is an experiment. I've got 4 of the eggplants in here with some tiny starts of lemon balm. And we'll just see how that goes. It didn't say anything about lemon balm. And like, I'm thinking, could it be a perfect situation? Because lemon balm always gets messed up, eggplants always get messed up by flea beetles. Those little tiny beetles just chew little holes and will decimate your eggplant. So what if lemon balm detracts them? This could be a brilliant idea. We're gonna find out. We're gonna see. Okay, so this is kind of how my day goes with planting random things that I don't know where I want them exactly. I'm trying not to be too analysis paralysis. You know how you get that and you're just like, oh, what if that's not a good spot? I've got so much stuff, just needs to be in the ground. So I just looked up, can hollyhocks be planted with peppers? The answer is yes. So I have a whole bunch of creme de casis hollyhocks, and I just don't know where to put them. So I decided to put them in pots with my peppers. So there's one there in the middle, one there in the middle, one in the back. I put 3 in here. Now they grow tall with a stalk, so I might even be able to use the stalks of the hollyhocks to trellis my pepper plants when they get going finally. I'm hoping that they don't shade the peppers too much. This is an experiment. Everything's an experiment with me, you guys. So I also have one in the middle here. and 3 in the back of this pot because there's only 2 peppers to that big old pot. And then I had 1 left over, and I was like, what can I do with it? So I stuck it right here. So at some point, I would love to have like just, you know, small flowers in my walkways, just everywhere, you know, just having the walkways be pretty. So I stuck that down in there. We'll see how it does. Okay guys, so it is about 10:40. I've just been planting away, but this I wanted to kind of show you. I'm working on some of my jugs, and these 4 jugs were the last of the Brassica type cold crops that I needed to plant. I only had like 3 really good looking bull's blood beets, so I've been putting them like right here in the front. Just kind of moved away the wood chip mulch. This is Chinese pink celery that I planted right here in the front, and I'm hoping that it'll be kind of shaded from this wood as it gets going. We'll have to see, but this is the bed that I want to cover with shade cloth anyways, because everything just goes to seed in here. As you can tell, I've got some cabbages that I would prefer to actually mature and give me some heads of cabbage. I also planted the Chinese white celery, had a few of those, and then I had a couple of cabbages, sugarhead cabbages. So 1, 2, and then there was a 3rd one back here, and I'm hoping that they're shaded by these things that have already went to seed. Okay, so I am taking a break from the jug planting, and I'm going to figure out what needs planted here. I would like all these things planted today, so they get watered in really well. So I've got some cucumbers. I've got I think it's Yantine gourd was the only one on that tray that came up. They look awesome, by the way. And then I'm just going to go through, and everything that didn't germinate is going to get put in a container as well, and then set aside just to see if maybe it's a late germinator. I don't know. Sometimes things germinate later because they're older seeds or the temperatures aren't right, whatever. So that's my plan. I'm just standing here watching this bird. Let's see if she'll do it again. I guess she gave up. She kept fighting with that string, but it's attached to my trellis there. She was just grabbing it and trying to take it away. Trying to build a nest? I'm sorry. Okay, everybody is organized, kind of, sort of, pretty much. I want to plant all of this. I want to make sure I get all this planted today. So there's okra, there's winter squash, there's summer squash, there's cucumbers, all that's right there. But I also didn't really start any seeds for melons. I had trays ready, but I just never got around to it. So I think I'm just going to direct sow melon seeds today. So I need to go in and get those. But all these, except for, I think I'm going to put, I don't know, I have a trellis right here that I like to put cucumbers on. So I may do my silver slicers again on that, because they did pretty well on that. I know I have some here, but then this is what I have left of nothing germinated. Now I'm gonna wait and see. It looks like there's one Martin House gourd that's trying to germinate right there, and then this here germinated, but I don't know, it was far behind everything else, so I just left it there, and I'll let it get a little more mature before I plant it. But let's take these trays down and get to planting. I look a mess. What's new? But what did I want to say? It's about 1 o'clock. I think it's like a minute to 1. I just looked at the time, and I've been planting pretty much just like the squash and the cucumbers. I'm really thirsty, so I need to go inside and get a drink. I'm gonna have some strawberry banana smoothie, and it's starting to sprinkle. I don't know if it's actually gonna rain, but I'm just gonna take a little break and then come back out. I have a few more squash I need to plant. I planted a little bit of everything, and then these are some of the leftovers. I still need to plant my rosemary and my phenomenal, but these are extras just in case something happens to the ones I planted. Squash. Although I've been successful with transplanting squash before, like I said, I have to use these little basket things. You can see them everywhere. So I did plant my pumpkins and some different winter squashes in this bed. This end here, this end right here is summer squash, but I put those baskets on because I have an issue with squirrels or birds or something. It's the same goes when I try to direct sow stuff. The squirrels or the chipmunks, I don't know, dig up the seeds and eat them before they get a chance to sprout. So I find that doing a little bit of both kind of troubleshoots the problem. Sometimes I have success with the direct sowing. Sometimes I have success with the transplanting. So we're just gonna see what transpires. Oh, I did want to talk about this too. So this row right here had a lot of like the Cleaverhoff seeds that I got with their new varieties, and also a couple of the Martian series. And for the life of me, I could not figure out. I was like, I swear I had a couple of Martian golds. So there was about 8 plants that I panicked because I could not find. A couple of rare Sophia Sakova varieties, as well as my pink sweets, which are part of my hashtag tomato challenge, growing the giant tomato, and then also my Martian golds, and I could not find them. Well, they were mixed in with the stuff that I had for the dwarf bed. Don't know how that happened. So clearly they cannot go in this row with everybody else. So I just put them in these, I think they're 10-gallon pots. So I've got one right there and then one over here, which funny enough, I noticed that there was a, is it this one? Oh, I crushed him. When I watered, it looks like I knocked it out of there. But look, there was a cute little, I think this is a granite basil, but I don't know that it'll survive now that I whacked it. But happy accident. I mean, I'll probably end up planting basils in these pots. I plan on planting basils everywhere. It has started to rain dribble look pretty good, so I gotta go. But I really want to get done some more planting of my winter sowing jugs. So I'll be back out. Okay, please don't look too closely at me. I don't even know what this is. Is it blood? I saw this as or is it dirt? Whatever. Don't look too closely. But I just got to Pepperville. I ceased planting at the house. I got pretty much a lot. I got a lot of stuff planted. I didn't get as many jugs as I wanted planted, but I can probably do that tomorrow. It's probably not going to like hard rain all day. I can go out and plant some stuff. But the car is full of all of my sweet peppers. I got 4 in the trunk, which I need to open the trunk up before they get too hot. But as I was rolling up here, I instantly regretted, well, kind of sort of regretted. We enclosed the entrance to Pepperville. I had like a separate entrance for Pepperville down at that end. And I closed it because I was like, I didn't really want any more ways for something to get in than it could. But now I'm thinking to myself, I have to haul all of these back and take one, walk it back there, and there's 9. And 2 buckets of, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plant my pink sweets. So that's what's happening. But well, first thing I'm going to do is actually haul everything back there. Okay, it's starting to rain a little bit, so I don't know what I'm going to get done. I did get all the peppers brought. As you can see, there was actually 10. I shoved 10 of them in my car. Am I going to plant all of these? No, but I wanted to bring them all just because my plan for the rows is to get them all laid out where I want them. So I'm thinking I could have 3 rows of 3, because I think I've got 9 of some of these plants, maybe 10, 12. But I want them to be all kind of next to each other and kind of groups, so to speak, so that they're easier to kind of know what they are. I am making tree tags for them. I don't know if I'll be able to wrap the tree tags around the base of them just yet, but I have tree tags made for some of them already, and then I brought extras to write as I go. But this is what I'm excited about. So I think I told the story where I thought I'd lost my pink sweets. Like I had no idea where they were, but they are now in the ground. So I don't know if you remember, when Materville was first made, it didn't have Pepperville attached to it here. I added this last year, this section. So the green fencing went across right here, right? So when I added Pepperville, I kind of opened it up and the green fencing ended right here. This is where I had my Carl's Emslandtrobe planted last year that I got like 10 tomatoes from, and then the deer ate it. But I am going to add another fence right here because there's enough space in between these rows that I could have like a row where I could plant some stuff. So I brought 2 bucketfuls of mushroom compost and garden soil. I amended the holes really well, and then I watered them in really well with fish emulsion and a balanced liquid fertilizer. So they're looking happy. I hope they do okay until the fence goes up, but that needs to go up fairly soon because these are going to take off. So everybody that I transplanted in the ground the other day all along this fence line and this fence line, I don't see any casualties. I think everybody looks happy with where they're at. Some are looking like they're already needing to get tied up. I still need to find a replacement hunk papa for here. And then there was another casualty in this row. Where was it? I left the tag because I'm like, yeah, this one here. Oh no, that was Mirror's Giant. I don't think I have another Mirror's Giant, so I'm gonna have to replace that with something else. This one, it was sunflowers. I know I have an extra sunflowers, so I'm gonna have to find another sunflowers because there was 2 next to each other, but I still want 2 next to each other, so I'm gonna try to find another one. All right, the plan now, after getting that done, I also planted some sunflowers around the corner there. Hopefully they do okay. They're behind the piles of tree tomatoes there. They are nuts. They're ridiculously big. They grew way too fast after uppotting. That's that mycorrhizae fungi, that right there, that mycobliss. That is the key, I think. But I'm going to remove the logs, pull back the shade cloth. I'm actually going to leave the shade cloth here because I'm hoping to get Ben to have some wood around the corners here to kind of lay this across the top during like really, really hot days. Last year I just laid it right on top of the plants. They didn't seem to be bothered by it, and it protected them a little bit. I know they say that you shouldn't do that, but this is such light stuff. Like I didn't notice any damage to the plants other than the fact that it was like pressing on them. But it's very lightweight, so barely any of that anyways. But if I can have it elevated a bit, I kind of want to do that. So that's the plan for this. So I'm not going to take it home. I'm going to fold it up and leave it here, but I got to get this off of here and then start arranging where I want my peppers to be. So that's the plan, to do that. And then, I don't know, I kind of have run out of steam for the day. I don't even think it's that late, but I kind of just want to quit. But I really wanted to get these peppers in the ground, so the rain that we're going to get tonight, I should just power through. Okay, so I got the wood moved, row cover off, and it's like sprinkling rain. I think it was quite ambitious of me thinking I could plant all these today. I always am very ambitious in my mind. Things look a lot easier to do them than they are to actually do them. I don't know who I think I am, Speedy Gonzalez or the Flash or something, but I am not. So I don't feel like getting wet. I'm already filthy gross. My family's home. So I'm going to go home and it's only 5 o'clock and it's supposed to start really raining hard at 7 tonight and then rain all night long. So I think these peppers can wait. I don't know if I'll get back over here tomorrow to plant them. I might just spend the entire day up-potting the things that I got inside my house right now that still need to be up-potted. But I feel happy that I got them all over here, and happy that I got my pink sweet planted. happy that I planted some sunflowers. So I'm gonna go home. Jade asked me to make some spinach artichoke dip, so I'm gonna go do that. But if I don't see you tomorrow, I hope you all enjoy your day.